everybody stopping in. First of all, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for everyone that has been filling out those survey, sending it in, giving us your comments, your feedback, topics that you would like for us to cover. For those of you who are recommending certain topic, if that's your field that you work in, absolutely connect with me so I can we can meet up and get your story so we can get the information out to Shift Nation. Um, you know, everything is great. Yes, there is a book that's coming. It's done, and the feedback I'm getting for those who are reviewing it's phenomenal. But don't worry, you're my peeps, so we're good. Um, but I just wanted to say thank you for completing those survey. I'm going to let it maybe run till the end of the week for, those people who may not check it on Monday. That's one of the reasons why I don't really put up a post on Monday, because I know Monday can be a crazy day for a lot of people. But do the survey, let me know. And if that's a niche that you specialize in and you want us to meet to get that topic done, absolutely. Love you. Appreciate your feedback. It's 11 o'clock at night. I'm still up. Just finished a call with a couple of clients. So just wanted to let you know that I love you. See you tomorrow. Have a good day. Shift. I'm your host, Pamonia Gordon. Just wanted to check in, and I have to learn how to sneak my guests on, because normally they're just standing here I'm like, oh, she has a guest. This is Jamelia Gregory. Shall we go back?
Yes.
Right? Mm-hmm. So Jamelia and I were just going to chat a little bit, share a little bit about her story, because, Shift is about sharing our stories, our thoughts, our ideas, and being able to connect that way when you find out that someone has been where you're at. And it just gives you that much motivation to keep going forward. So, Jamelia, welcome. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Shift. I know on the weekend, it didn't really work as we had planned, but we're here now. So, tell me a little bit about you. Who is Jamelia?
Well, a little bit about myself. I am a mother of a beautiful 5-year-old boy. I am just venturing out onto this new coaching business field, entrepreneurship, very exciting. And I have known about Palmonia.
She's been stalking me. I found out on the weekend.
I feel it's not stalking.
I know. I'm just kidding.
Following her journey for over a year. So it's very motivating, very inspiring to see such powerful Black women doing their thing. So I'm honored to be on Shift right now. So a little bit about myself. My journey, my story is I am an infidelity, self-love, spiritual coach. So I help women who have or are going through the pains of an affair or...
So you gone so far. Back up. What's your background?
I don't know. With what regards to... What do you want me to say?
What were you working in? And because for many of us who are launching into entrepreneur, or you are one now, you had a point where you probably had a job. For many of us, we had a job or something, and we had this squeeze where we like, oh my God, I'm suffocating. I gotta do that shift. So that's the shift we want to talk about, because somebody may be at that place and they don't even recognize that that's your point to shift. But when they hear somebody say, oh yeah. Oh, shift.
Okay.
Right?
Mm-hmm. So the point where for me was, just backing up a little bit about my story, is I worked in the government for over 8 years. So I worked with the Human Rights Tribunal. From there, we were dealing with legal matters in regards to human rights, being discriminated against, race, all that thing, all those things and such. And then I had ventured out into the court system. I was with the Guns and Gangs Unit of Toronto.
Oh, that will turn anybody.
So at that point, I was like, okay, this is doable. It was exciting. I wanted to connect with the community. And then I went to work with the OCJ level of courts, which dealt with domestic violence and child physical and sexual abuse. So there is where I was like, you know what? I can't. I had just had my son. So you can imagine dealing with cases in regards to child sexual abuse. It was very hard on me. And I couldn't wake up every morning.
Yeah.
I didn't have the courage anymore to wake up every morning and listen to these poor innocent children, looking at women going through these domestic violence. And that was where I said, you know what? And because I was going through my own situation with my son's father, I had to stop right there and say, my why in my life is taking care of my son. Mm-hmm. He is my main source and my main priority. And I want to be there in the morning to put him on the bus. I want to be there in the morning to pick him up on the bus from school. I want to make sure no harm comes towards my child. So that was where I couldn't do the corporate thing anymore. I was over it. The 9 to 5
shift.
Yes, #shift. So over it. And I ventured out into entrepreneurship.
Okay, so that's a lot. I mean, because when you go through the courts, you just need to spend one day in the courtroom to have an understanding that the people who actually serve in the court, to me, they rank up there with the doctors and the nurses, because it takes a lot of giving of themselves to go in there. And sometimes we might go in there and curse them out. Man, she don't have no feelings, and not understanding that they have to build this armor, if you will, in order to go in there every day and serve.
For sure.
Right? So now you're an entrepreneur, and, as a speaker and coach, I always ask permission to coach. So you're not launching, you are an entrepreneur.
I am an entrepreneur,
right?
yes.
She's an entrepreneur. She, has her thing happening. Tell us a little bit about that.
My business is, I'm also doing coaching. I'm doing infidelity, self-love, spiritual coaching. And I'm working with women who have gone through issues of infidelity, being cheated on in their relationships, and having them not look at what the relationship and the affairs did to them, but having them look at it and what it could do for them, what it's going to do for them. Stop looking at being a victim in the relationship and empowering yourself in order to be a survivor. And I don't really want to use the word for survivor, but it's more as finding out who you are.
So, which y'all should get Jamelia's number, because I'm sure every single woman and man that's watching this, you have had somebody cheated on you at least once. I don't care how long you've been married. Well, I mean, you may have the faithful few, yes, but if you can honestly say, no, I never looked at another woman and thought she was cute, then, but, so, I mean, that is a big issue. This is something that's deep, because every single woman almost can identify, and that emotional pain that you feel and not being able to connect, and it's nice to know that someone is out of their pain, is now creating a resource or a place to connect, that, oh my gosh, and I feel that way, I can maybe go to this website, get some information, call this person, connect. And when somebody else, because that's